welcome to Covert Narcissist 101. Thank you for joining me. Haven't subscribed? Please do. Guys, today's topic is how low can the covert narcissist go to set you up? How low can the covert narcissist go to set you up? And guys, I apologize ahead of time because this might be a little long. But I actually had a different video of things for this, and then this happened. I figured, I might as well do this, the story time because this is a perfect example, So how low can they go to set you up, make you look bad? Okay, guys, check this out. So, the covert narcissist finally made it back. I believe from what he was telling the kids who came in, what would be Thursday, if not Wednesday night, something like that. Because he called them. He kind of disappeared for a while, then showed up to call them to let them know he's coming back. And then, so Thursday, I believe, rolled around. He sent me an email. I'm gonna go pick up the kids. I'll pick up the kids tomorrow by 6. And then, Friday came, and he came and got the kids around 6 p.m. And prior to this, and I want you guys to remember this as eventually this will come up. He kept calling on Friday, like about 4 or 5 times before he actually made it to come get the children. Like he's excited about them picking them up. But you guys will see what that meant to us when I get through with the story. So he got them and he picked them up by 6 p.m. Friday. But then they're gone. Now you guys remember, some of us over here anyway. The school opened this Monday, so the school was reopening for Monday. So on Sunday, I went and got the kids back. We're getting ready for school. School was the next day. Get the kids to go to bed. Blah 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 blah. Everybody got what they need. So in the morning we're not running around. By Monday, got the kids. I normally would like to drop them off like the first day of school. So which I did. So we left early so I can go drop them off. So by 7 actually, or prior to that, before 7, we're already out of the house. I can, do the drive because I got to drop 2 of them off. So I got to work, guys, and it was around, by the time I made it to work, it was around 8:30 maybe. So I was settling in, but around 9:10 or something like that, my phone rings and it's my daughter's school. I'm like, oh crap, did I forget I know we forgot to take her inhaler to the nurse. So I'm like, oh, maybe they're calling to tell me, oh, you forgot to, bring this over to, so we can have this on hand. I'm like, I guess probably have to go home and get it. The nurse said, is this one? So I'm like, yeah. We just want to let you know, you need to come pick her up. Because her dad called and said that he tested positive for COVID, and he was with them up until 8 p.m. on Sunday. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, they shouldn't have been here. I said, well, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, their dad called. I said, hold on. So I'm like, wait, let me check my email. Like, no, this is news to me, so. Guys, I hop on my email because I haven't looked at this stuff since I came to work. Open my email, and I'm scrolling. Then I see an email, 2 emails. One was at 4:29 a.m. Okay, and then another one was at 7:45 a.m. Okay, now the nurse was still on the phone telling me I need to pick, come get my daughter. I'm like, okay, and I hung up. So I'm looking at the email. The email that the covert narcissist sent at 4:29 a.m. started with, how you write a speech, you prepared speech, because the email was as long as like a blog post. I'm not kidding you. It had like 3 different paragraphs. And it started first with, I came in, I returned from my trip on Friday, which straight up, immediately I read that, I'm like, good Lord. Because obviously that was a lie, because he's been back longer than that. And then towards the end, he's talking about how he did this, and then he went and got tested on Saturday, and this and that happened. He wasn't feeling well, and then the results came in, and then they told him, they said it was positive, and then at the end of the email, and I want you guys to remember this. At the end of the email, he closed it up with a, yeah. So the kids need to go be tested. So I mean, he offered. That's what he said. I offered to. I mean, I'll go ahead and if you want me to schedule an appointment for them so that they can get tested when they come back from school. I want you guys to remember that sentence. He said, I will go ahead and, if you want me to, I will schedule an appointment so that they can be tested when they come back from school. 4:29 a.m., okay? So I scrolled down, and then I looked at the one he sent at 7:45 a.m. And this is what he wrote on that one. I called the house and nobody answered. I hope you did not let the kids go to school, because that would be highly irresponsible. Now, highly irresponsible was written in capital letters. Highly irresponsible. That's what he wrote on that one. Now, remember he said in the previous email, I will schedule an appointment to, have the kids tested if you want when they come back from school. That's what he wrote on that one. 4:29 a.m. the email. Then the 7:45 one, because obviously I haven't seen the 4:29 a.m. email, much less respond. So he shut another one at 7:45 saying he called and nobody answered. I hope you didn't let the kids go to school, because that would be highly irresponsible. So guys, I'm looking at this like, what the heck? And then while I was looking at it, my son's school called saying the same thing. You need to come get him. The dad called and said, this and this and that. They need to go home. So I got up, asked my boss, I gotta go. I drove over there. They the kids got in the car. They are pissed off. My daughter was like, I didn't even get to, meet all the teachers, my class. I only got to second period. My son was even confused. Okay, when I picked him up, he was asking, why are you picking us up? He was texting me when they got him in the front office. I was driving over there. He's like, what, Mom, why are you picking us up? So when I picked him up and I told them, your dad said this and that. And then my son said something. It's like, what do you mean? On Saturday, he wasn't feeling well. And I asked him, I said, are you sure you don't have COVID? And he said, no. And he proceeded to show him a test result, he said. He showed him a test result. I said he's negative. So he's asking me, did he lie? Was that because I didn't look at the date, so I don't know if maybe that was an old result or that's. I said, I don't know, but he called the school. And that's what he told them. So we came back. I brought the kids home. And of course, the nurse was telling me they need to stay home for 5 days because, to give the time, because you know how this goes, before they can test it, to make sure they don't get, they get the false negative reading, And that's how right now my kids are at home. Trying to do, considering on the virtual learning thing going on. So they're at home now. The school's trying to put something together for the, see if they can do whatever they can do from the house while we're waiting to test and waiting to see, hopefully go back. But guys, there's nothing there's no low these people can go to set you up. Now, if you ask yourself, why did this man send me an email at 4:29 a.m.? And when I say 4:29 a.m., it's not an email as saying, hey, please don't let these kids go to school. Have them go tested in the morning or whatever. No, it was like an email. Like I told you, it's like a prepared speech. You know how you prepare something that you took your time to write because it was that long. He went through all how he came in Friday, how this and this happened. He went through all this, like he prepared this. It was planned ahead. And at the end of it, he told me, I offered to schedule an appointment. So when the kids come back from school, that they will go test. And then and obviously I never saw that. By 7:45, he sent another one. Now telling me, I hope you didn't let the kids go to school because that would be highly irresponsible. Now, guys, this guy, like I said, was home as of Wednesday. And you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Normally, when people go to have, COVID test, is it that they know that they've been exposed to somebody, or they're actually sick? They're sick enough to know, to go out and say, hey, I need to go check out to make sure something is wrong. No, something to make sure check whatever is wrong with me. So with his own case, obviously, it seemed like he was sick. Probably was sick for a while. And decided, according to him, to go test on Saturday after he had encouraged these kids to come to visit him. Well, after having exposed them to whatever it is, and then decided to go test on Saturday, according to him. Now, remember when I told you guys on Friday, he was calling back to back to back. It seemed like there's this thing that this covert narcissist always does. When I was married to him, it's like he tends to get excited about certain things. I'm not talking about like if you want to go for a trip and you're happy, excited about it, or you're trying to buy a new car, you bought a new car and you're excited about it. No, it's almost like he always get happy with things that like somebody's a misfortune. Of course, now we understand what's going on, but it's like when somebody's going to get in trouble or something, like he is always so happy. Like for example, maybe something happened, and I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to tell my folks, and maybe my folks are coming to visit or whatever. He will be so happy. He'll be calling them. Are they at the airport? Let me go get them. Let me go. Like this is how this is stuff that always happens. Then he'll be so. Then when they finally get to the house, he will rush and say, are you going to tell them? Like really, literally excited, like he's about to jump out of his skin. Like, are you going to tell them? That's how excited he gets. He even does that with the kids, where, kids do something wrong. By the time I step in the door or something, he's busy trying to, he's so happy. Are you going to tell your mom, or you want me to tell him? Are you going to tell your, like, those kind of stuff. So him making those calls back to back on Friday, to the point that the kids were like, they're not sure why he kept calling, because there was not anything he's saying. He called like 4 or 5 different times before he picked them up at 6 p.m. So when the kids were like, I don't know, okay, what does he say when he called? Nothing, he's just checking in. So this is a time he was, to me, he already figured out what he was going to do. He was excited about it. He was so happy. I'm going to set this woman up. He was so happy about it. He couldn't contain himself. I'm telling you. I know it will sound weird, but I live with this person. So I'm telling you. This was an excitement for him. He could not stop himself from calling these children back to back to back on Friday. Now, mind you, these are kids that he ghosted for a while. Then finally called them on Tuesday or so, on Wednesday, that he's coming home. And then Friday, he couldn't stop calling. He kept calling. This was when I believe he planned of what he's going to do. Now, of course, his intention were, pretty much telling the school, this woman let her kids, show up to infect other kids with COVID and whatever it is. That was his plan. That was the plan. That's why he's prepared an email to send me at 4:29 a.m. And then followed that up. After he already told me, like he was, after they come back from school, let me help you schedule. He was offering to help me schedule them to test after they come back from school, which meant he knew they were going to school. Then 7:45 decided to now add one. Oh, I hope you didn't let them go to school, because that would be highly irresponsible. That would be highly irresponsible. Never heard back from me, but decided to call the school and tell them that I allowed my kids. That is because one of them, my son's nurse, was like, oh, they shouldn't have been here, which made me think that he actually told these people that he told me that I know about it, and still send the kids to school. I'm like, ma'am, I just heard about it when you people called me. I just heard about when that's all I could. I just heard about. I didn't know. Why would I let my kids come out here and expose other kids when I'm not sure? They wouldn't even, if I knew that he was sick, which he knew he was sick. As of Thursday, he knew he was sick. As of Friday, he knew he was sick. But he allowed these children to come over there. Even though my daughter is asthmatic, of course, he wasn't thinking about that. He allowed them to come over there to put all things in motion to set me up. If you follow the emails, I'm telling you, the first email at 4:29 a.m., which obviously he knew who is going to read that. Who is going to see that 4:20 a.m.? when you're getting up to get the kids ready and run around, the last thing you're looking at is your email. Unless that's something about work that you need to do. There's no other way you're checking email, your personal email anyway. I wasn't. I never even looked at it until that lady called me, and I said, wait a minute. What are you talking about? Hold on. Let me check the email. Yeah. The narcissist would do whatever. There's no low. They can't go to set you up. To him, that's he was excited about it. I'll go let these people know. She's out here acting like she's a mother of the year, going to meet the teachers, teacher conference, do this and do that. Let me let them know that she's a horrible mother. See what she did. See what she did. So guys, right now my children at home, because they have to wait to test, to make sure that he didn't expose them to COVID, that he knew that he probably had, that he knew that he was sick. Like most people, when you're feeling, especially now that we have the variant, the different, the Delta variant around, that people will get sick, they will kind of stay away from other people until they're sure what's wrong with them. This man, knowing fully whether he was sick, brought his children over there so that he will set things in place to set me up. To set me up. There is no load they can go, guys. There is nothing they can go to put things in place to set you up. Of course, the kids are collateral damage because it didn't matter. That one of them is asthmatic. It didn't even matter to him. He brought them over there, knowing fully well that he's sick. And I spoiled my kids. Guys, I just wanted to let you guys know there's no low. They can't go. There's no, you should expect certain things. I know it sounds weird. Who does that? Everybody hearing like, well, who does that? But yeah, they do. They do. There's nothing that is beyond the sun, under the sun that they won't do. As in this case. All right, guys, get a hold of your mind and everything's